Hey, how's it going? My name's John,
I'm Rosalie.
and we wanted to do a little video about being a modern day gypsy and why we chose this life and this path for us. And so
I don't think that we really chose it.
it chose us.
It chose us.
Yes.
So it started out when we were living in San Jose, and rent prices are really high.
Ridiculous.
We were paying like $3,000 a month just for rent. And we went on an anniversary trip. We were boondocking, and we were
in the bus.
and we were drinking a little bit, and we were joking around, and we were tossing around the idea about quitting our jobs and
Living on the road.
And it was a joke. But when we got back to the apartment, I started Googling all these prices and looking at different trailers, and we kind of got excited about it. And so
one day after Gilroy Gardens, we didn't have a truck. We didn't know anything really about RVs. And we'll give a shout out to Seagrins. What's up, Seagrins? We went down to Seagrins in Gilroy, and we told them what we wanted, what we were looking for, and
they showed us the bunkhouse model.
They showed us the bunkhouse models. There was a couple different, not many, but there's a couple different companies that do the bunkhouse model. I sold the bug to get the money for the down payment, and we had a trailer. And we had them drop it off actually at the 1,000 Trails there in Morgan Hill, because we didn't have a truck. And
we literally knew nothing about living in a trailer. That I didn't even realize that you had to dump.
Yeah, dumping. Lots of dumping.
And then
5 human beings.
And then we move into the trailer, and it is malfunctioning. We're like, oh man, we got a faulty trailer, but we didn't realize that you have to be careful how much energy you consume, because
at one point in time you only got 30 amps to work with.
So you have to be really careful. There's all of these things. So
those are videos to come. This is
that's we'll expand on those topics later. But
it was funny though. It was funny.
It's funny that we were like, oh yeah, we'll just live in a trailer. Don't know how to hook it up to a truck. Don't know really anything about it. So we lived locally in San Jose for a few months, which was kind of good because it gave us some time to get used to how to live
the ins and
in
outs.
A trailer.
Yeah.
And but then in December we had an unfortunate turn of events.
My father passed away due to technical difficulties with the healing of his wound from the surgery, and he passed away. But with that, it kind of
opened our eyes to how life is really short, and you
got to seize the moment and not wait. Don't wait until it's already passed you by.
Because he wanted to live this life, and he worked his whole life, and he had this goal. This was his end goal, but he never got to experience it. And so I think that was just a good push in this direction for John and I, because we want to live our lives before it's too late.
Yeah.
So
after I got back from putting my father to rest, I got back to work, which I was a dialysis technician. I had been for 6 years and worked in the dialysis field for 10 years total. And the first week back to work, I had 3 patients die, and that was enough. That was enough for me. I had always been really good with dealing with the death, but after my father's passing and then the 3 patients passing, I had an epiphany and a kick in the stomach to help me realize that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do any longer.
And then I kind of had the same experience because we both quit our jobs
pretty much
late
within
December.
the same month, yeah.
And you know, I was working a lot of hours and I wasn't spending very much time with my kids. I was always gone. I was always busy. When I got home, I was too tired to even really pay attention to them. So I just thought that that was really unfair. And I just have this goal to spend as much time with my kids as possible, and hopefully I get set up in the future to work from home and figure all of those things out. But for right now, we're trying to spend as much time together. That's the most important thing.
And you know, so from those turn of events and things that Rosalie and I had talked about in the past, you know, we realized that these are the main things that we want. We want to be closer as a family. We want to see this beautiful country that we have to live in, and we're so thankful and lucky and blessed to have. There's so much that it just seems ridiculous to have the mind frame and the view of, well, you've got to settle down, you got to buy a house, you got to stay in one location for 40 years.
You're not successful unless
you got to
have a lawn to mow
and a picket fence or a 2-story house or whatnot, you know. The value
we're not going to buy into that.
We feel that the value of life isn't in what you have in material objects, but as what you do together as a family and what you are able to experience. You can't take a house with you to heaven. You can only you can take your memories, and you can share stories and experiences, and that's ultimately the best way to learn and to live life, is by experience. So here we are, you know. We went full time in November, and we kind of kept it on the down low. We didn't really post anything, and you know, but now we're at a point where we want to share our story. I want to share our experiences, and we also want to encourage. When we first started doing this, and I was telling people about it, Rosalie would be like, "John, shut up! don't give them the secret." And and now I want to share the secret.
You're going to tell too many people, and we're not going to get a spot in the park.
You know,
we have encouraged probably
a couple of people,
a good amount of people to start their own adventure and purchase a trailer, and which is really neat to see.
Yeah, we've met a lot of great people in the short time that we've been. So you may be wondering, why in the hell did you guys choose New Jersey? Well, after my first week of being back to work and having the 3 deaths, I reached out to an old friend that I worked for when I was in between dialysis jobs, and I asked him, I said, "Hey man, can you put me to work like tomorrow?" And he said, "Well, it's kind of weird timing, you know, we're getting ready to go do this big job over in New Jersey." And I was like, "New Jersey? Why? You know, like that's kind of crazy." And so at first I was kind of like not really with it. I was kind of standoffish, and I thought about it a little bit on the way home from work that night. And when I got back to the trailer and I told Rosalie about it, you know, we talked about it for about a day, and we both were kind of just like, why not?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Hook it up. All of our belongings are in storage. We're ready. We're set up to go.
Nothing's holding us back. Nothing was holding us back. And so that's why we picked New Jersey. So we figured, hey, you know, let's take advantage of this and hit a couple of other spots along the way. So we're in Palm Springs right now currently driving, but our first stop is going to be the Grand Canyon, which is just a couple 100 miles from here. And so excited for that. We've never been to the Grand Canyon. Wait, you've been to the Grand Canyon, right?
Uh-huh.
I've never been to the Grand Canyon. Obviously the kids have never been to the Grand Canyon. We won't pull any Joe Dirts, you know. We don't want
to lose a kid.
Wait, you mean to tell me that your hair grows in all white trashy like that? I think I just started a theme. I'm gonna start dropping Joe Dirt quotes in all of our videos. Anyways, so yeah, you know, the last few months we've come closer together as a couple, as a family. Being the #1 influence on our children is amazing. Difficult because it is just us, you know. We don't have anybody to drop the kids off to and babysit. We are okay with that. I love our children. They drive me up the wall sometimes, but you know, it's humbling me and it's teaching me to be a better person, parent, because it forces us.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but it is amazing, and I wouldn't change it for anything. We're not looking back. We're not looking back, and we are just super excited about the future and what it holds. What's going to happen when we get back to California?
If we get back to California.
If we get back to California, who knows? You know, we're not putting all of our eggs in one basket. And all right, well, that's it for today.
We want to thank you for watching our video.
Yeah.
And we recently got 50 likes on our Facebook page, so we want to say thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for following us. Thank you for your support. Anything that you want to see specifically, just leave it in the comments and we'll create a video on it.
Yeah, totally. All right, thanks guys.